Well, it's the Nanatsu no Taiza episode 3, and it's about Diane. No. Well, sorry about that. It's about them meeting the new. Not new. Another member of the Seven Deadly Sins named Diana the Giant, the sin of envy. But before that, it's about Elisabeth and Meliodas walking into a forest that somehow first creates duplicates of Hawk that Meliodas just punches down, and then creates uh, republic replicas of Elisabeth. So at first, Meliodas toys with them by making them grab their breast and talk to him in a sexy voice. But then when he asked them to jump, Elisabeth, Elisabeth, do not, because earlier when Meliodas grabbed her butt, apparently Elisabeth did not have any panties because Meliodas somehow stole them. So she did not want to jump because she wanted to expose that. So Meliodas defeats the fake Elisabeths, and apparently they're prankster imps that are shielding Diana, the sin of envy. And that makes Meliodas and Elisabeth find her. And as soon as Diana grabs the little Meliodas, she immediately becomes like a little girly girl, even though technically she talks in a boku sound, which is pretty rare for a woman to girl. Well, it's not rare, but the girl talks that way. And she wants to eat Hawk. Of course, everyone wants to eat Hawk. But when she sees Elisabeth, she suddenly throws a tantrum. And let's just say a giant throwing a tantrum is something you do not want to be exposed to. And when she finally calms down, it turns out that, it's we already know, but she was throwing a tantrum because she thought Meliodas was cheating on her because she has a obsessive crush to her captain, who she calls. But Meliodas is very casual about that because, well, they did not have a relationship, but somehow Diana think they do. So as soon as she saw Elisabeth, she thought Meliodas was cheating on her, and that made her throw a tantrum. But Meliodas explained and who Elisabeth was. Diana decides to lend a hand, but not for Elisabeth, but for her captain asks. By then, a pink-haired guy named Gilthunder that we saw last episode attacks. Apparently, he grew up with Elisabeth, but now he talks in a pretty cold manner. And he can control lightning. And apparently, he also grew up idolizing he did not grow up idolizing the Seven Deadly Sins, but he idolized them when he was a kid. Want to be just like them. However, it's then explained how they were apparently committed as they were framed actually. All the Seven Deadly Sins in armor, including those that are of the rest, were called to the meeting of the Great Holy Night. But then, when they entered, he was killed, and then Holy Night was swarming the place. Captain said everyone to split up, but then was knocked unconscious. After that, he can't remember a thing and met Hawk in an odd wall. As Gilthunder undo the lightning from Elisabeth, he decides to strike down Meliodas because he both wants to prove that he has surpassed his father and also want to avenge his father because many Hollow Knights humps them down because they want to prove themselves. But Meliodas proves indeed that he is the toughest Seven Deadly Sins until Gilthunder somehow strikes him down. How strong is Gilthunder? Well, he says both, even though his eyes somehow looks a bit different than the first time we meet him when he say that. I am stronger than all of the Seven Deadly Sins. Things are heating up. What do you think about this episode? Give me thoughts. Oh, and by the way, there was an unknown, I'm just gonna say it. One of the sins is another woman, and apparently her name is Merlin. For those who read the chapter knows who she is, but we hear another female voice during that flashback. And what I want to know is who is that female voice, because let's just say she sounds similar to two female actresses I heard of, and I'm very likely it's neither of them. The first I was thinking of was Miyuki Sawashiro, but after that I suddenly was thinking of Sayaka Uhara. Was she either of them? Well, there's no way to prove that, but if you know if it was any of them or perhaps none of them. I wouldn't say that they all sound the same, but sometimes it's really difficult to know. I guess they're just that good. Give you thoughts if you have any. Bye.